All right, Drew, I want to get some info. I want you to tell me about Tapit Trice. I keep hearing that Tapit Trice is the most talented horse in the field, but he's not the favorite.
Yeah, that's correct. Tapit Trice is your second choice. He's actually the second choice of trainer Todd Pletcher. Todd Pletcher has the top two choices in the Kentucky Derby, which is rare. Tapit Trice is a monster. If you see him, he's a physical specimen, just an absolutely beautiful horse. The problem is, he's got such a long gait, it takes him a while to get going, and he drew the 5 post, which means he's going to have a little bit of a crowded break, and I think that could actually set him behind the pace in this race, and he's going to have a lot of ground to make up. So if you bet Tapit Trice, know you might be betting on the most talented horse in this field. However, you're going to be sweating for the entire first 3/4 of the race because he could be in dead last as they come around the turn coming for home. But his final sustained run is going to be absolutely incredible to watch. And Tapit Trice, for me, he's a bet at the Belmont, he's a bet at the Travers later this summer in Saratoga, and he'll be a bet at the Breeders' Cup if he gets into that race because he, in my opinion at least, is the best of the 3-year-olds.
There's no way we could be here without bringing up the favorite, which is Forte. But is that justified, Drew? Is it reasonable that Forte is the favorite in this race?
I've gone back and forth on this because he's not obviously the best. If you look at him, he's not obviously the fastest if you go by the time forms, if you go by the buyer speed figures. But he's undefeated in his last 5 races, including the very competitive Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He's a horse that has brought it every time he's been asked in very competitive fields, and you just have to you have to respect that. For me, based on the price, he's 3-1 right now. I would guess he's going to take money. That's probably going to be your short favorite on Derby Day, and for those reasons, I have to try to beat him because you're not going to get a big enough payday to warrant the price that he's going to go off at. All that said, he could win. He should win, but I think in general, this is the middle class of this race is really where you want to attack as a handicapper because the quality is there. The trips are going to be opportunities for them to have good trips, to get good breaks, to be on the lead. One of those middle class horses is going to pop here and ultimately be the winner, I think. So for me, this is a favorite race.
Okay, well, Drew, a name that I keep hearing around, or at least keep hearing people say it or try to say it, and that's Derma Sotogake,
Yes.
Japanese horse. Very controversial.
Sure.
Do you like his chances?
I do not. I'm going to toss Derma Sotogake. I think ultimately, we were here last year. There was a lot of buzz around the Japanese shipper that was named Crown Pride. He came into this race and they ran him out of his mind through the first half of the Kentucky Derby to the point where they set an all-time record for the fastest first half of the Derby. And for those reasons, it created a pace meltdown. The field ran him down, and that opened up the door for the 80-1 long shot Rich Strike last year. And I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but the fact that the Japanese horses, in particular horses that ship from the UAE Derby, that is just a lot to ask a 3-year-old horse to overcome and to beat a field that's this competitive. So for all those reasons, he could be on the lead early. He could be the early speed. I think he's going to get gas. I think he's going to run out of steam. I ultimately would think he's going to probably finish at the back of the pack. So if you're playing the matchups, if you're looking for exotics, he's a toss for me.
Okay, there you have it. No respect from Drew Dinsick for Derma Sotogake. Yeah, not like me and Connor, we like it. All right, thank you very much for checking this out.